Okay, so
Oh my God, we're live.
I think we're live. Are we live? Somebody give us a thumbs up if we're live.
Oh
We
my
think
God.
we are.
Oh my goodness. I hope we're live. Yeah, somebody let us know for sure.
And as always, well, I say always. This is the first time, so it's never. Does that make sense? All right, so we're gonna have to turn the volume down on this so we don't get echo.
Okay, yeah, let me do that.
So Doug D is giving us a thumbs up.
Yay! Welcome, everyone. Yeah. This is so exciting and so nerve-wracking. I can't even begin to tell you. This is our first live stream, and our biggest concern was technology because we've tried this, I don't know, is this our second, third time, something like that?
Second time. Yeah.
Woo! And we were so nervous about whether or not this was going to happen, and now I'm feeling relief now. This is good.
Absolutely. So, this technology is somewhat new to us, being first-time live streamers. And we're using an app called Ecamm. I think everything looks pretty good. All of our audio levels. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down on audio levels. Can anybody hear us?
Yes. I'm looking here at comments, and it sounds like they can hear us. Hopefully it's good.
All right. Do I need to turn anything up, anything down? Doug D is giving us thumbs up, and so it looks like we're good. All right.
Good.
Our moderators are saying everything is good. Awesome. Well, hey, first of all, cheers to everyone for joining us. We did mention that this is happy hour, so we hope you brought your favorite beverage, alcoholic or non. And,
I have mine.
Yeah, don't judge us. We chose the alcoholic variant.
We did, yes. What are you drinking, by the way?
So we're having Moscow Mules in our favorite copper cups.
Yeah, yes. So. Brian has a B on his. I have an S on mine, and together that means BS.
There'll be a lot of that today. Right? No. Hey, Kit Kat, we see you joined us. That was I got your message earlier today. I'm glad you're able to join us, so that's very good.
Oh, fun. Well, let me go through real quick here who we have on with us. We have a couple of moderators. We have our new friends, Kim and Norm Doyle from Mountain Beaches. Thank you guys so much for helping us out. Yeah. And then we also have our oldest son, Eric, who is Electronic Rice, and he's also helping us out. So thank you guys both for taking the time to do this.
Yes, definitely.
And then on, we have Nathan Urick. He is from Texas. Go SPI. We have Pam Graham from Tennessee. Pam, we're headed your way. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Whoops. We have David Brown, Camper Life. They're actually next door to us. Hey, guys.
William and his wife. I'm sorry. I am terrible with names up until now. As I say, when people say, if you're terrible with names, say up until now, I'm terrible with names. So
that's right. We'll work on that.
William and his wife. Yes. Sorry, I forgot your name.
Doug D. We have Roaming with Rosie. Yay.
Lyndon Jamie. Howdy.
Woo. Pam Graham. Chris Bellafato. Sorry if I'm not saying that right. We have C Tuna 2.
Nice.
Yes. WCRV Adventures. Daniel Rasmussen.
Daniel Great. And Jennifer, I believe her name was. If I'm wrong, please correct me, Daniel.
Good for you. We have Trisha and Lance Black. Nice to see you guys. We met them in SPI, and they're at an FMCA rally in Georgia. Did I say WCRV Adventures?
I think so.
Okay. We have Celeste Barden and Bike Rider. All right. We have C Tuna, Jesse Rithaler. Hi, Jesse. Jan Donnelly. All right. And I think we're coming. Lolly, Nina and Lolly. Yay. How exciting.
Hey, thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah.
And also Sally Bosch, who's been a long-time subscriber. Roland and Sally, all the way from California. Well, we're in Arizona, so not all the way from California for us, but
they're our neighbors.
But hi, Roland and Sally, thanks for joining us.
Oh, that's so fun. Interspace available. We have Patty, Screenman 2000, Garden Girl, You mentioned Kit Kat.
I did, but as she corrected me, it's a different Kit Kat, so
Oh,
that's okay.
all right. I like the name, and I like the candy bar. Brent French, Santa Sir Glenn, Dr. Held, Nicole Olive, Derek Green, Porsche Pegasus.
Interesting.
All right. I think I might be coming to the RV Living Life, Symphony Financial Services, Rick Willoughby, Stephen St. Louis, Papa's Catering and Street Food. Yeah. Michael Feller 73, Wandering Snowbirds. There's Sally. I just got to Sally here. Okay, who'd I miss? Sherry Weber, Jim Dunaway, Thomas Young. I think I'm coming to the bottom here. John Keith and Original Six. Wow,
nice.
Some of you guys have actually been with us since the very beginning. That is so awesome.
Yeah, Sally Bosch has been with us a long time. Original Six has been with us for quite some time. So thank you guys for joining in.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned earlier, we're using sort of this new technology, somewhat new to us anyway. It's called Ecamm Live, and I created a bunch of cool overlays that were supposed to do some cool whiz bang things. They're not working. So. Yeah, that's what I get for being too ambitious. So we'll just do a couple cool things now. That's awesome. So, do some party noise. Awesome. There we go. Okay. All right. So we're going to try to keep this to about 45 minutes to an hour, and we want to make sure that we answer a bunch of your burning questions. You know, this has been 2 years for us so far. Well, 2 years in May.
Almost 2 years, yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kitchen Project all the way from Missouri. Thanks for joining us, Shane and Michelle. RV Love Shack, thanks for coming in. That's awesome. Yeah. Nicole Olive, thanks. You have commented quite a lot on our channel. We certainly appreciate that. So thanks for sticking with us.
Yes.
Certainly. All right, so... Hey, look at that. Jack says, hi, Lucy.
No, this is Ricky.
Ricky's with us. Lucy's laying down on the couch. But it's funny, those of you who watched our last video with Shane and Michelle, you know, they're starting a YouTube channel called RV Love Shack. They have a French Bulldog named Jack, Captain Jack. He's got his own Instagram channel. And, you know, every time we say, hey, where's Jack? Jack's here to see you. Boy, do these guys perk up.
They do. They do. Especially when we're near grass for some weird reason. You guys
where the trail leads. Hey guys, you guys have been with us a long time.
Yes.
I think really close to our beginning. So
thank you so much for joining us tonight.
For sticking by.
It means a lot. Yes.
Cheers to you guys.
Thank you so much. All right. So what's our agenda for tonight?
All right. So we got a lot of things to talk about. First of all, the thank you to our moderators, our son Eric, who is all the way out in Maryland, and then we have Norm and Kim with Mountain Beaches. So check out their channel. They're a lot of fun. We just did a video with them, I guess a week or so ago now. A great couple to spend some time with. If you get a chance to do it, certainly do that. We're going to talk about where we are, our agenda, our 2020 wrap-up, where we're going in 2021. Got a cool little map to show you about our travels through the U.S. It's going to be about an 8,700-mile trip this year, so
is it that much?
A lot of places in between here and our final destination.
We're going to be putting some mileage on that new engine.
Yes. So if anybody wants to ask about our new engine who doesn't already know, certainly feel free to do
Brian.
that. Yeah. So, and then some questions and answers. So definitely want to answer any burning questions you might have. And then, like I said, 45 minutes to an hour. But who's keeping time?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think I see Scott and Debbie on. Woo!
Hi, Scott and Debbie.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Another great couple we met in South Padre Island. A lot of fun. And as a matter of fact, I texted. We texted them a little bit ago, and they were going to go out for dinner, but looks like they made it in time. So.
Oh, maybe they're taking us with them to their dinner, to their restaurant. That would be really nice.
Yeah.
What do you guys have? No, I'm kidding.
All right. So we've had a report that we've got a little bit of a audio problem. I double checked our upload and download speeds that were pretty high, but
oh no, that was my biggest fear.
And not a lot we can do about that.
Oh no. Okay. Well, hopefully, Is there a delay or you just can't hear it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It probably has to do with this time of the day. Everyone is hopping onto Netflix.
Oh, shoot.
They're going to Netflix and chill tonight, maybe. I don't know.
Brian, do you know what that means? Don't say that.
Of course I do.
Oh, my God. I can't take him anywhere.
Okay. So, that's just the nature of the beast with these things.
Can you hear us, though, from at a normal level? I can hear you fine. Little Rascal says I can hear you fine. Delay and a stutter.
Okay.
Shoot, that might be the Moscow Mule. I'm just kidding. Linda.
Audio sounds good. Roaming
Okay.
Rosie says we've got a little bit of a stutter.
Okay.
Maybe it's just that we're talking too fast and feeding too much data into the system.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
So take a breath and
okay. We're going to
slow it
down
down
a little bit. All right. Yes. There we go.
Okay. All right. So a lot of people are saying, yeah, just fine. Audio's fine. Video's fine. So
okay, good.
Just an occasional freeze.
All
Things
right.
you got to deal with, right? This is live broadcast, people. We do what we can.
We do what we can, yes.
Okay, our life journey says turn on your Southern. So expound on that if you could.
Turn on your Southern, yes. Yeah. Tell us what you mean by that. Is this something that we should have learned when we were down in SPI, or let us know? Mm-hmm. I see audio good, a little buffering.
So, okay, so let's get into it.
Thanks, Linda.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Take it away.
2020. So let's talk about 2020. I
know we need to talk about where we are.
Oh, well, right now we are in Benson, Arizona. We haven't gone far. We had to wait for a package, so we're here in Benson. We extended it another week. We're only supposed to be here 1 week. We extended it for a second week, and on Saturday we are heading out, headed towards the Texas coast, which we're very excited about. We need a little beach time. So.
I need to interrupt. Tofu Robot. That's an awesome name. And someone said,
cute.
So Interspace Available says, okay, we got to do a drinking game. Again, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, whatever your jam is. You got to take a drink when someone says RV.
Oh.
Which will probably be us. But look at it in the comments. If someone comments RV in the comments or we say RV, you got to take a drink. Okay. That's our drinking game for today. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. Where did I leave off at? 2020. Was it 2020? Yes. Okay. Oh, did anyone answer about what we mean by Southern? Southern talk slow. Yes. Alrighty then. 2020.
All right.
So 2020 was kind of a crap show for a lot of people. We know that. Some people called it a dumpster fire year.
Dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire, yes. I'm not sure I 100% understand that.
It's a new term. It's actually going into the Webster Dictionary and I think the New World Lexicon or something like that. Yeah. It's an official term now.
Okay. Like some other words we're not too familiar with. Okay, so 2020 was a crap show for a lot of people. For us, it was a great year, and we almost feel bad for saying that. We did a lot of what you all did, which was quarantine and probably staying in your own space and not going out into crowds and visiting family. But we had some really cool things happen to us in 2020. We had the birth of our first grandson. Yay, Brighton. So it made it just, all that much better for 2020. We survived an earthquake. I don't know if any of you remember that, but we survived an earthquake in Hawthorne, Nevada. Remember?
It was a 6.2? Or
I'm not sure.
Close to a 6.
It was close to a 6, yeah.
So that's funny. I got to tell a story about that. So I'm full of stories. Well, some people say I'm full of other things, but I have a lot of stories. RV, there you go, Dennis. Collect.
Oh, take a drink. Okay, here we go. Woo.
Okay, so we were in Hawthorne, Nevada. We were staying at. Remind me.
It was the Sportsman's.
The lake there outside of Hawthorne, Nevada.
Sportsman's Beach, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Michelle Feller 73. That's awesome. Thank you for the $20 super chat.
Oh, Michelle, that is awesome. Thank you.
So we have a ton of comments rolling in. If we miss you, it's not intentional. But that's awesome. Thank you, Michelle Feller 73. Really good. And
Thank
someone
you,
else
Michelle.
gave us. Let me scroll back here. Sorry, I got to do this. Nicole Olive.
Oh,
Awesome.
Nicole, that's
Thank you,
awesome.
Nicole.
Thank you. That will go to treats for Ricky and Lucy.
Yes, this is so. Yeah, we got to clarify. So every super chat or super sticker we get goes to our French Bulldog Healthcare Fund.
Oh yeah, yeah, we need
All
that
right,
for sure.
how you like that?
So what are we talking about?
Okay, so we're talking about Hawthorne Lake.
Oh yeah.
About 3 o'clock in the morning, we feel the entire coach just rocking and rolling. And I'm thinking,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's got to be something outside rubbing up against the hitch or the side of the coach. I don't know what it was. I was thinking coyote, but it couldn't rock and roll the rig that much. So I jump up, and it continues and continues, and I say immediately, earthquake, right? And everything starts rattling faster and faster. So we survived that. Definitely doable.
And I immediately went online and to see, and it said,
Yeah.
"Yep, earthquake in your area."
Yeah.
It was weird. It was like the rig was on Jello. It
Yeah.
was a very strange feeling.
Yeah, it felt kind of like we were just everything was on a waterbed mattress. If you've ever had one
Mm-hmm.
of those, the old style that didn't have the baffles, before the old stuff, it just felt just like that. So anyway, we digress. Or I digress.
Yes. So we survived an earthquake and we did get to two different places. We spent a lot of time in Arizona and Nevada, but we did make it to Lake Tahoe. That was one destination, and we spent the time there with our friends, Runaway With Us RV, and that's Drew and Ann, which was fantastic. You had been to Lake Tahoe. I've never been there before.
Yeah, I'd been
Beautiful.
back in I think 2001 or 2002, something like that, for
Mhm.
the conference. Yeah.
And it was absolutely beautiful. We arrived there May 22nd, so they were just barely opening up that area,
Yeah.
restaurants and that sort of thing last year. And then we went to South Padre Island. That was the other place. And we planned to spend a week there, and we ended up spending 3 months. If you haven't been to South Padre Island, recommend you go. It was magical for us. We absolutely enjoyed it. We stayed at Isla Blanca Park, which was right there on the beach, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Plus, we got to see Starship SN8 launch.
Yeah.
Which that just kind of made our year. That was fantastic.
Those of you who are space geeks and aerospace geeks like me, you certainly like that. And we had some friends there, as I mentioned earlier, Scott and Debbie. They were there. I think they actually missed that launch.
I think they did.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But
yes, I think they did.
anyway.
We got from Mike Johnson, we got $9.99. He says, drink up.
Yes.
We better do that.
Well.
Thank you, Mike.
Yes, thank you, Mike. And we think that's our Mike Johnson, our son.
I'm not sure.
Our son is funding our adventures.
That's too funny. He's spending his inheritance already. Thank you, Mikey.
So someone mentioned, Scott Cunningham says, if you go back to South Padre, are there precautions you will take against salt air?
Oh.
Wow, is that salt air wicked? Wicked. Scott, I am still working on abating all of the corrosion that we got on our rig as a result of staying there for 10 weeks. I can't imagine having something there permanently, what it would do, but
yeah, I mean, how do people do that spend the entire winter there? How do they abate all of that rust? And well, I guess it's just the rust.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
It was wicked.
Yeah,
but
the corrosion was crazy.
Yeah. We had fun nonetheless.
Oh, absolutely. We'll go back again. Yeah. Yes.
All right. Hey, Mike Johnson says, yeah, it is, which is our son, Mike Johnson. I love you guys. Well, of course you do. We're your parents.
Thank you, Mikey. That's very sweet. Thank you so much.
Nice.
He's a good boy. What else in 2020? Was there anything else that we did in 2020?
Anacarta. Cheers.
Oh.
I'm paying attention to some of them.
Oh.
Cheers, Anna.
Woo. Sorry, Ricky.
So, Roman with Rosie, Jamie, and Linda. Can we adopt a child who sends us money? Well, Jamie and Linda, that's payback, big time.
Oh,
This is what that is.
that's
That's
funny.
big time payback.
Love
So,
you, Mikey.
and Brittany, love you, Mikey, Brittany, and of course, Brikey Boy.
Yes. I don't know if you all know. We have two sons, two adult sons.
Yes.
We have Eric, who is our oldest. He's one of the moderators.
Yep.
And then we have Mikey, who is our youngest. He's married to Brittany, and they gave us a new grandson, Brightton,
Yes.
last year. He'll be 1 in August.
Yes.
Yeah. So
He's
that's our whole family.
He's already standing, pulling himself up.
Yeah, he's a muscle boy. He's something else.
Yeah. Our other son, Eric, who lives in Maryland, super proud of Eric. He put himself through college, got a great job with the state of Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
So, way to go, Eric.
Yes. Yes.
No children yet, but I think that's probably in the near future.
Could be.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Eric.
Could be. We have Rick and Dawn here from Oh Home on the Road. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Glad you could join us. Thank you. And Juanita Wood. She says, hi, guys. Mark and Juanita from Indiana.
Nice. My neck of the
Wow.
woods.
where
Mark
Ryan's
and
from.
Juanita. I grew up in West Lafayette near Purdue University. So let us know where you are relative to that.
Oh, yeah. And we're actually headed that direction this year. I want to say maybe late May, early June.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay.
So here's a little spoiler alert from our son Eric. He says, hopefully soonish, in relative to my comment of him having children. So that would be awesome. He'd make an awesome dad. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
Certainly. So Inner Space Available says, what age did you start your journey? So we've been full-timing. It'll be 2 years in May. So we were in our early 50s when we started it. And for those of you who have watched our channel for any amount of time, know that we just decided that, hey, we had enough of the life that we used to live. It didn't satisfy us. All the things we had, all the money we had, just didn't scratch that itch. So we decided to cash in all those chips and hit the road full time. So that's our story.
Yes, it was time, and we've had family members, as you may have had, who hit that retirement age and decided that they wanted to travel, and then some type of illness or something else prevented them from doing that. We had that happen in our family as well, and said that we're not going to wait until we hit that retirement age. We're going to do it now. So
that's right. Yeah. Now, while we're
no
healthy
regrets.
and we have the ability to do so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the money wasn't the important thing. All the things we had, those weren't important.
That's right.
The more we spent, we weren't any happier. So
that's right.
We live on a fraction of what we used to live on, and we're certainly happier. And we live on a fraction of what we used to live in, a fraction of what we used to live in.
That's right. But
200 square feet. So
I think we can both say we're probably living our best life.
Yeah.
So
certainly.
You know, that is what it is. We're living our best life on a fraction of what we used to have, and that's super important.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Super. Thank you to Don Loftmiller, $25. Thank you, Don. If you didn't hear about where all of these, just gave to $900 for your 14-year-old puppy. Yeah, we feel your pain. We feel your pain. So all of your donations, super chat, super stickers go towards our French Bulldog Healthcare Fund.
Who's falling asleep over here. I guess she's not really interested. Yeah, if you have Frenchies or know about Frenchies, they have a lot of, they're very sensitive. They have a lot of health issues. So being on the road with these guys has not been without its challenges. So we've been in and out of the vet in the last 2 years quite often. So we weren't kidding when we said vet bills. Yeah, we're talking about you. Uh-huh.
Oh, we're kidding a little bit.
Yeah.
But Lucy was kind of had the latest issue. She was in the hospital a couple of days when we were in South Padre. She pulled through that, kind of a severe case of pancreatitis. But other than that,
she did good.
Doing well now. So William Wood says no regrets. William, absolutely zero regrets.
No regrets.
Aside from missing our family. We do miss our family, but we really try to compensate for that by phone calls and lots of text and emails and videos and things like that. We don't do that as much as we probably could. I never say should because I don't like to should on myself.
Don't do that.
Yeah, we don't should on ourselves, but we could definitely do better. but zero regrets. Regrets, zero.
Yeah. Love to hear from you other full-timers. Do you have any regrets?
Yeah.
I'm just out of curiosity.
So Norman Kim, one of our moderators, made a great point. If you have questions, definitely put two
Yeah.
question marks in front of those questions so that those kind of pop out very quickly, and our
Yes.
moderators can kind of force those over to us to answer those a little bit easier.
Yes,
So,
and I would also recommend if you do have questions, maybe hold them to the end here where we're going to address all of them and we can see them a little bit better. We're going to talk about, I think we just finished our wrap up of 2020. We're going to talk about where we're going for 2021.
yes.
And then we're definitely going to move into questions because I know you have some.
All right, so I'm going to try to do this here. It may have a bit of a glitch. If it does, I'll fix that pretty quickly here. But we're going to look at our route or route, depending on where you're from. Yeah, it had a little bit of a glitch there. Let me go back. There we go.
Ooh.
A little bit of a glitch, but this is our route or route, depending on which part of the country you're from.
I say route. What do you say?
I say route generally
Okay.
too.
Okay.
Maybe that's a Midwest thing. But anyway, you can see here in kind of the overview of our trip. So I can scroll in or zoom in a little bit here.
Looks like we're going to Mexico.
Not quite.
Okay.
So we're going to skirt Mexico. We're leaving Arizona. You can follow my cursor here. We're going down towards El Paso. We're going to spend some more time in Texas. And we're going to go down. Let me zoom in here. If it will zoom in that far. It might not zoom in that far. But anyway, we're going to spend some time in southern Texas again, Galveston, or Corpus Christi first,
Yes.
then Galveston. Then we're going to head over.
And that's where we're going to hit the beach. And
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
some camping on the beach because that's on my bucket list.
Okay.
I want to pull that rig right out onto the water.
All
Or
right.
I mean, not to the water, but close to the water.
So my cursor isn't showing, but that's fine. So you can kind of follow along to see. These are the major points. So you see C, you see S. So we're going to spend some time in Louisiana. And then we're going to hit the G here. That's Gulf Shores, Alabama. So we're going to spend some time there, which we didn't get a chance to when we came back from Florida. Yeah,
because
that
we had
first
the engine
year.
issue, so we couldn't. Yeah.
Yes.
We were hightailing it back to Arizona.
And one thing I want to point out, if any of you are watching, all of you who are watching all over the U.S., and there are just a number of you, definitely send us an email. That would be the easiest way for you to say, hey, we're in this area. Stop by if you're in the area. That would be super cool. So make sure to check out our website and send us a note that way.
And in some of these areas, let us know if there's something that we should check out in that area as
sure.
well. I mean, we haven't narrowed it down specifically to some of these areas where we're going to be. This is very high level, but let us know. I know we're going to hit Nashville. We've never been to Nashville. We don't know what to go see.
Besides, I mean, yeah, besides, yeah, the typical stuff. We like to get out and hit the obscure things. So if there's anything in your area that's obscure, kind of off the beaten path that most tourists aren't going to go see, let us know. That's what we like to do. We like to hit the touristy things too, but the obscure things are awesome. Dan Ron, Arizona. Howdy, Dan Ron. You have been with us for quite some time. Thanks for joining us.
He asked, do you think it was worth saying that long in South Padre Island based off the corrosion issues on your, do you think it was worth saying that long? Staying that long based off the corrosion issues.
Absolutely worth it.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely worth it. You know, going out to the beach every day about 2 o'clock or hopping in the Jeep and driving down the beach to do some surf fishing, absolutely worth it.
Oh my God, it was magical. Yeah. I don't know what other word to use.
Yeah, we had a great time again with our friends Scott and Debbie out there, just hitting the beaches. Awesome.
It was awesome.
All right, so G here at the bottom, you can see that's the Gulf Shores. And then we're going to go up through Tennessee, Kentucky.
And we don't know what to see in Kentucky other than the, what is that? I know what the Kentucky Derby is. It's called I can't think of it.
Well, Churchill Downs.
Churchill Downs, yes, thank you.
Where it's
the only thing we have so far.
The Kentucky Derby is run. So from there, we're going to head up to the L here. That's Lafayette, Indiana. That's where my family is kind of centered around. So we're going to stop there for probably a month and then head up onto Michigan and do the typical Michigan thing.
Whole Upper Peninsula.
Mackinac Island.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's the idea. And then from there, we're going to head down. We're going to head down out of Michigan. kind of skirt the top part of Ohio and Pennsylvania, head over through New York, get into the Maine area.
Maine, that's on my bucket list. I want to get lobster in Maine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Mm-hmm. Well, would they not have lobster?
They should.
I'm not going if they don't have lobster.
All right, and then from the Maine area, we're going to go down into Boston. You know, we lived in and around the Washington, D.C. area for almost 5 years and never made it up to Boston. We made it to New York City quite a lot,
Yeah.
but never made it up to Boston. So we're going to do Boston and then come down in through a couple of state parks near where our son lives, have some fun through there, travel all down through North and South Carolina and Georgia. Hit all and we did that year before last, or our first year
2019,
out.
Yeah,
our first year out. So, and then down through Florida, the whole east coast of Florida, down back into the Florida Keys. We love,
hopefully,
yeah, the Florida Keys.
If we can get a reservation.
Yeah,
that's going to be the only problem.
So, any of you who follow us for a long time, we're not huge planners.
Right.
So we plan maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks out, and we just kind of wing it. The great thing about our rig is that we're kind of self-contained. So if we can't get an RV park, we can park somewhere and boondock for a number of days. We've done it for in excess of 30 days if we had to. So not a problem. So coming back out of the Keys, we'll go up and hopefully visit some of our friends that have a condo in Naples. And spend some time with them in Naples.
And then our plan is to hit the 2022 Tampa RV show.
RV, take a drink.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's been on our list to see that and do that. And we hope that we'll be able to meet a lot of you. So by that time, boy, I'm thinking by 2022, things should be much better. And we can do some type of a meetup. So 2022 Tampa RV show. Let us know if you're going to be there. That's our plan. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right.
All right. So we have a couple of questions coming in. I'm reading them off my phone.
Are you?
Kind of using a few different technologies here.
These are going fast.
WC RV Adventures asks, what do the letters represent? So the letters represent here. This is RV Trip Wizard, by the way. And those just mean the major areas. I just plugged in a route. So I said I want to go to, for instance, G, Gulf Shores, Alabama. H, I don't remember what that is. T, down here in Florida. And maybe that's a Harvest Host. I don't remember. Okay. But they're just major cities in that area or major areas of that particular part that we're going to be going through. Again, this is just high level. We really don't have a lot of detail in this plan yet. So basically just an overview. Hope that answers your question.
Oh, we've got so many recommendations for the locations where we're headed. This is so exciting. And I just saw that someone is going to be at the 2022 WC RV Adventures. Yeah. Yay! That's so exciting.
That's our plan to be there.
And we're the trail leads. Says we did the Tampa show this year. Hope to come back again in 2022. Fantastic. Oh, that's so exciting. I just can't wait to meet everybody.
So we got a question from Jesse. Red Holler says, do you plan to hit all 48 states eventually? I don't know that we have a plan to do that.
I'm saying yes.
I don't know.
Eventually.
Eventually.
We got to fill in that calendar.
I think eventually.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
For sure. Eventually. It's funny because when we were making our way back from Florida to Arizona when we had the engine problem, we skipped through Mississippi and Alabama. Brian just spilled some ice all over. Mississippi and Alabama. So we have these two blank spots on our map for those two states. And then we only put a sticker in if we've spent a night. We've stayed overnight in that state. So we've got to go back and spend a little bit of time, at least one night in Mississippi and Alabama, which we're planning to do.
Yeah, so our rule is we have to stay overnight in a state before we count that as a state visited. I think that's pretty much a sort of a common rule for all RVers. There's another drink.
Woo,
Kate reminded
RVers.
us we're saying RV a lot, so we have to have a drink. So.
Okay, you guys too. Where are we going in Virginia? Don't know yet. That's kind of the
Yeah.
tail end of our trip. We loved, where was that place at that we loved in Virginia? It was 1,000 Trails, and we are 1,000 Trails members.
So Quinby,
Quinby.
Virginia. It's a quaint little
Oh,
place. The Thousand Trails Park there is nothing to brag about. It's
mm-mm.
very rustic,
Mhm.
but super quiet, and we do like that area.
You can go
So
out, you can catch your own blue crab,
yeah,
mussels, oysters. Could you get
there
oysters,
are oysters out
clams?
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
but you gotta have a
And
license for that, folks.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
And, but you can make your own dinner, which is really cool. Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Pam asked if we kept our sticks and bricks. No.
We did not.
No, no,
So
no.
our plan, Pam, has always been to hit the road, find some place that we like, and then eventually build or have constructed for us a tiny home. We figured if we can live in our 35-foot motorhome, we can live in a tiny home just as well. So we're kind of still looking for that area.
And then eventually we may raise bees and chickens.
Yes, bees and chickens.
And we're going to call it BJ's Chicken and Bees.
There you go. Isn't that awesome?
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. BJ's
Chicken and Bees.
Chicken and Bees.
I love to say that.
That's going to happen.
Oh, funny. I'm looking for more questions here. Let's see. Sounds like some folks are having a little bit of a delay or buffering that's going on.
Okay.
We're sorry about that. I don't know what to do there. Do we have a hometown anymore? We go back to Arizona because that's where a lot of our family is located. Our kids are there. My side of the family's there. Brian's is in Indiana, which we're headed to in May, June-ish. So it's kind of a hometown. Let's see, where are you going? Oh, we answered that one. Where we're going in Virginia. Sorry we missed you. WCRV Adventures in Quartzsite. Love Quartzsite. We could spend months in Quartzsite.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is
it's just awesome.
a dusty little place, but fun. Looks like we're getting some more buffering now. So
Are we?
probably due to the
Shoot.
the load on the system out here.
That
We are
could
in Benson, Arizona,
which is about 40 miles south of Tucson, southeast of Tucson, if you're familiar with Arizona. Greg Katie asked, we're about the same age. Do you get bored at all or dedicate a lot of time on your YouTube? Bored? No.
No.
Do we dedicate a lot of time on your YouTube? Yes. Yes. Brian is kind of our business manager, so you spend a lot of time doing YouTube and handling all of that side of the business. And then I have an HR consulting business, so I spend time doing that, and we kind of help each other out.
Yes.
Yeah. No boredom.
All right. So it looks like there's quite a bit of lagging going on now.
Is
Very
there?
choppy.
Oh,
Not quite sure why.
Big time lag. Yeah, it
Let
says
me,
we're losing you. Very choppy. Houston, we have a problem.
Let me check.
Nicole Olive, nope. That's an interesting way to say it. Oh, now it's bad. Oh, this was my biggest concern. Shoot. Is it getting any better at all?
Let me do a check here.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Tell us again about the chicken and bees, said Linda and Jamie. Yeah, we're going to raise chicken for their eggs, and we're going to raise bees and make some honey maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, our speeds are awesome here. We're almost 30 megabits per second up and down.
Shoot. Somebody said it's better now. You're out of focus.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's our laptop.
Oh, shoot.
Not sure what's
Maybe if we
happening.
move closer.
Well, I think it's just lag on some people's part. Our speeds are super fast.
Oh, darn.
Sorry, folks.
Sorry about that. Mr. Roboto wants to know, who is the bigger fan of boondocking? Do you mean between Brian and I?
Yeah.
I don't know. We both love it. We love boondocking. That's probably our preferred way of living.
Hands down. Yeah, there's nothing like just going out and hearing silence for the most part. And that's why we like Quartzsite in the desert areas so much. If any of you have or haven't been to the desert Southwest, really kind of once you get to Texas and beyond, there's just so much public land down here. You can get out and be away from uh, civilization as much as you want. I mean, Norm and Kim can attest to that. They're
Yes.
boondockers as well. They've been out here. In fact, they just left the Quartzsite area not too long ago, so
Mm-hmm.
they are fans of that too.
Wide open spaces. I was going to sing it, but
Yeah.
I don't want to do that to all of you.
Well, that's one of the
Yeah.
reasons, when I got out of the Air Force, we could go anywhere in the world. The Air Force said, "Where do you want to go? We'll send you there." And we chose Arizona and the West because of the wide open spaces, and that was a draw to us, and we still love it a lot. We really miss it when we get to the East Coast, where there isn't a lot of public lands. So Jesse Riddaller says, "Fellow aviation geek here. What kind of planes did you fly as a pilot?" So Jesse, let's see. I had a lot of fun in Piper Super Cubs. I'll tell you a story about that one day where I got my passenger a little sick, and me too. Cessna 172s, Piper Warriors, just a single engine land pilot. I wanted to go for my float plane, but just didn't get around to doing that. So,
Right. We're getting a lot of, I think I mentioned a lot of recommendations for when we go to different places. Sherry Weber says, when you go to Michigan, go there to Upper Peninsula and get some pasties. They are good. They have hamburger and, okay, that good stuff inside. So that sounds good.
So Kate, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your last name. Langu, I hope that's it. Says, "I think he blew up the internet with the chicken and bee announcement." That's hilarious.
Brian's or BJ. BJ is Brian's nickname. I call him BJ all the time.
BJ's Chicken and Bees.
BJ's Chicken
I've already
and Bees.
copyrighted that, so don't even try
don't
it,
even
people.
try to take that. That's right. Let's see. We got Upper Peninsula. Oh, Chris Belafato will be at the 2022 Tampa show. Yay!
Nice.
All right.
Lizards on the Loose. They asked what app we use to plan our trips. Primarily, that is RV Trip Wizard, and we are an affiliate with RV Trip Wizard, so you can get a good discount through us if you're interested in that.
Trisha asked, did y'all purchase I like that, y'all. Did y'all purchase the new adventure plan with 1,000 Trails? We did not. And I hope that wasn't a mistake because I heard something. We actually went through a presentation with a 1,000 Trails affiliate, and he mentioned to us that the Trails collection, don't let me say this wrong, Trails collection may be going away for the people who just buy like the camping pass and the Trails collection add-on.
Yes.
So, well, let's hope that that's not the case in the future. No, we did not buy it.
We did not. Not yet. I think what I plan to do is call 1,000 Trails and say, "Hey, here's what we have now. How does this new..." By the way, Jesse, thank you. Jesse Riddaller, thank you for the $19.99 super chat. Appreciate that.
Oh, Jesse,
Going to our French Bulldog Healthcare
Fund.
Fund.
Wake her up. Here we go. Okay, back to sleep again. Thank you, Jesse.
So yeah, we're gonna call and find out, how or if that's retroactive in some way. Just don't know yet.
Our neighbors here will be in Tampa for sure. Yay, fantastic. It doesn't say if you're going to the show or not, but if you are, let us know. Do you recommend front end stabilizers? This is a question from Podline 16834.
I am not at all sure what that's in reference to. On our coach, we have a Class A motorhome, so we have stabilizers on each corner, hydraulic jacks, if you will. So Nicole is reminding us. So Nicole,
oh my God,
you're an awesome. You're awesome for reminding us.
Yes, thank you, Nicole. Roaming with Rosie said, "Lobster in Bahaba."
Yeah,
love it.
Wicked awesome.
Yeah, wicked awesome.
As they say.
Mm-hmm. Our Life Journey, and they spell it LYF.
Nice.
Sweet. They will be in Maine around July. Ooh, we may be there around July as well. Yes. Maybe. And someone else was born in Maine. I'm trying to find who that was, but I'm not seeing it. I'm so sorry. Someone was born in Maine. Yeah, we're really looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
So Love to Drop asks, what are your 1, 3, 5-year goals, plans for travel or life in general? 1, 3, 5 years, just to have as much fun as we can. honestly. That's a lot to unpack right here. But yeah, just have as much fun while we can, while we're healthy.
And see what we can see and
Yeah,
wander and be free. I
yeah,
mean, that's kind of how it is. That's
that's
in the
right.
first year. I would say with the first 3 years, that's still the goal. We have
Yeah.
no plan to exit. I know some people have exit strategies. We have no plan to exit.
We do not. We do not have an
No.
exit strategy. We have no plan B. So what I always tell people, people say you got to have a plan A and a plan B. Or plan A was to go full time RVing, and plan B was not even thought of because we felt if we had a plan B, then we'd fall back on plan B, which to us would have been an excuse to not make plan A work to the best of our ability.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
that makes sense.
So
Yeah,
that
that
is
makes
our
sense.
thought process anyway.
Yes. In the next 5 years, still, we don't see that exit yet.
Yeah.
But as Brian mentioned, at some point we'll probably do like a tiny house, maybe even a fifth wheel where we are seasonal, maybe in the north in the summer and the south in the winter, something like that. But I mean, that's still so far off.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Lizards on the Loose says Russian mules and a can rock. Try them. We'll have to. We've only ever had
Russian mules in.
our Moscow mules in these
Oh, yeah.
copper cups.
Yeah, absolutely. Was that an invitation to take a swig? Okay.
Yes.
All right. There was another question here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of the V10 in the motorhome? Just got a Class C and was wondering what you think. This is Ranger Rat.
Well, in Class C, I think Ranger Rat, you're going to be fine. You know, once you start getting up to the size we're at, 35, 36, they even make some 38 footers, I think, with gas coaches. Yeah, they're going to struggle a little bit. You may or may not know, we had the engine go out in ours. I had to have that rebuilt to the tune of about $6,000. Not a huge deal. The silver lining in that is it has 1/8 more horsepower than it had before. So, because they had to bore the cylinders oversized. Isn't that awesome? So 1/8 of a horsepower extra power. So with the Class C, I think you're going to be fine. There are millions of these engines out there, and I've talked to a lot of techs, and most of them are surprised at the kind of problems I had. They certainly do have problems, as we say. Every RV, every engine has its issues. So.
Sounds good to me.
Oops, sorry.
Whoop.
I hit the table.
All right. Another earthquake.
No earthquake.
Chris Bellafato asked, how about steamed crabs in Maryland? Oh, those are the best. We
Yeah.
actually lived in Maryland for about 4 years.
Yeah.
We lived in Severn, Maryland. And so we got a lot of blue crab cakes. Yummo.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
We can if you send us an email, we can shoot you a couple of names of some restaurants we used to go to. There's no free advertising, folks. I'm not going to name that over this
Right.
live stream. Are you kidding me? Just kidding.
Yes. Love the steamed crabs and other seafood while we were in Maryland. One of our favorite places that we went in when we lived in Maryland, actually, is this in Virginia? Tangier Island.
Yeah.
We'd go over,
That's actually Virginia, but it's
Virginia?
out in the
Okay.
middle of the Chesapeake Bay.
So cool. It's like the land that time forgot. You take a ferry over to it. They have, I don't know, 2 or 3 different types of hotels, bed and breakfast that you can stay on. No cars. It's all golf carts, bikes. And it's just, and there's a private beach that you can go out on. Oh, that was magical too. We loved it. Some people laugh at that, but I don't know. We love Tangier Island just for that seclusion.
There's a little airport too. So I always thought about, flying from Maryland and flying into Tangier Airport, but just never got around to doing that. But you can do that also.
That's right. All right. I'm looking to see if there are any more questions. Did we miss anything?
What are we at time-wise? We are 49 minutes in.
Left. Do you wish you had a fifth wheel instead? William Wood asks.
We've had a lot of different types of RVs, and we considered a fifth wheel, but in this phase of life, the Class A just fit us better.
Yes.
We have talked about when we do find that little plot of land somewhere, if we decide not to build a tiny home, then a fifth wheel would probably be what we would put on that little plot of land. Yeah.
When we raise chickens and bees, you mean?
Yeah. So we'll have a little plot of land, our fifth wheel, and we'll have BJ's Chicken and Bees operating
BJ's
out of
Chicken and
that.
Bees.
Yeah.
BJ's Chicken and Bees. Mm-hmm.
So, funny. It's too funny.
Ford Racer says hello from Washington. Yay!
Hey guys, yeah, Ford Racer. Thanks you. You really spend a lot of time with us, commenting and.
Yes, thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, let's see what else. D Boggs asked, do you do a lot of research on an area and or RV park? If so, which apps do you use? RV
drink.
Okay. Do we do a lot of research?
We do some. We mainly rely on other RVers recommendations.
Right.
And reviews.
Yes,
so that's really the extent of the research we do.
Right. And we use Campendium, Passport America. I'm forgetting one. What's that other one we use? Allstays. Yeah. We use the Dirt. And there's one more. I can't think of what it is.
Yeah, speaking of the Dirt, if you haven't heard of the Dirt, check that out. That is a really cool new app, and we do some work with the Dirt. So if you want more information on that, you can check them out on our website. It's just another kind of a full-featured app. They have a kind of a free version and a pro version where what I think is really cool is you can download maps and you can use those maps when you're offline with no cell service. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. We ran into that quite a lot. So
yeah.
Ann Large. Hi, Ann. Ann has been with us for a while. She comments on almost every single video. So,
yay.
Hi there, Ann.
Nice to see you. Congo's RV Adventure. Agree. Crab is the best. I love crab, only the claws. I don't like the whole peeling them in the mustard.
The little body you have to pull the top off and get in there.
So
that's not for her.
So I just tell Brian, just peel off the claws and hand them to me, and we're good to go. All right. How much solar and batteries do you have on your rig?
So I just put 2 more 100-watt panels. We only have 600 watts, but that's compensated for the 400 amp hours of lithium, battle-borne lithium batteries we have. So we can go for many days without being concerned whatsoever with our battle-borne battery bank. So I have the battle-borne battery bank, 600 watts of solar. I have a Victron 3000 inverter, which powers the entire coach, which is awesome. So everything is
we
just
can run anything except can we run the ACs? I don't know.
You can run one AC in the rear.
Okay. That's it. We haven't really had to do that. Anytime we've been anywhere where it's hot and we need ACs for the pups, we've been on electric hookups. But
so that's been really one of the only considerations this whole time on the road is when we're traveling is what are the temperatures going to be in that area? Because any of you who have French Bulldogs or know about French Bulldogs, they can't take a lot of heat. So they kind of suffer a little bit when it starts to get too hot. So once it's above about 90 degrees, this is Ricky, by the way. Once it's above about 90 degrees, we're looking for places to plug in.
That's right. Yeah. All right. Doug D just joined Harvest Host. Woo! I think you're going to love it. There's some really cool place. We just, what do you call it?
We just upgraded.
Upgraded, yes. Upgraded ours to the golf. So we would have the golf resorts, I guess.
So neither one of us are golfers. And I said earlier that I have a lot of stories. So I got a story about golf. I'm not going to spend the time to talk about it now. But if any of us meet on the road at any particular time, remind me of my story about why I quit golfing.
And I worked for a golf club manufacturer, Ping. So I was able to supply him with all kinds of stuff, and then he quit.
Top of the line stuff, and I stopped.
Yes.
So.
Let's see. I'm looking to see if there are any more questions. You dodo. I'm not sure what that means. MYVNA Mivna. You dodo. I'm not sure what that means. So I can't answer that. Lizards on the Loose. We were in Sholo, Mesa, and Muggy on Rim. When you were never met, we sold 4 acres out by Benson to full time. Yay. Oh, nice. That's fantastic. Hope you're enjoying it. And A Home on the Road said, RV living is awesome. Yes, it is. If you like RVs, then get an RV. RV friends are the best when living that RV life. RV, RV, RV all the way. That's a lot of RV. I know what you're trying to say. Okay. Thanks, Dawn and Rick.
So another question about our boondocking setup from inner space available. No generator. Yes, we have an onboard generator. I usually don't use it at all unless we are out in an area where we've had no sun for a number of days, and then I'll use the generator to kind of to bring up the batteries. But other than that, we don't use it very much.
Okay, we're at the 5-minute mark.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look for last questions here. Doug D says, what kind of panels?
What kind of panels? I have
Solar?
wow, I think I have 3 different types, but they're all very similar in their output and capability. So just 6 100-watt panels, and they both push about or all 6 push about 6 amps through. So I've got fairly similar panels. When I purchased them, I made sure that I purchased panels that were all very similar. Monocrystalline, that's the way to go.
Monocrystalline.
Yes.
Real quick, Jesse asked, are you satisfied with the washer you have? Jesse, we actually sold that washer, and I assume you mean the washing machine. We had a portable washing machine at one time, and we found that we, for whatever reason, we were in parks more often or using laundromats for larger loads. We'd have 5 loads at a time to do, and so we ended up selling it. Well, we were happy with it for small loads, but it ended up being something that we continued to move in and out of the shower. So there you go. Yes.
So I wanted to shout out to Robert Inez. Thanks for the $20 super chat, Robert.
Well, thank you, Robert.
Yeah, we're going to be rolling through Magnolia Beach here before too long, and Port Lavaca. And we're going to take that ferry that our friends Scott and Debbie just took. They loaded their 5th wheel and their new Ford dually up on that and took it across the cut there. I forget the name of it.
That is going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, just the ferry ride alone is going to be so cool.
So thanks again, Robert, for that $20 super chat. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's see. New to us, 2007 Voyage. If you had to choose one fix, Sumo Springs or rear stabilizer bar. This is Scott Cunningham.
Yeah, Scott, I would go with the rear stabilizer bar. It's a little less expensive, and you get a lot of bang for the buck there. So rear stabilizer for sure.
All right. Let's see.
And Mr. Roboto still using the Sena helmets. We absolutely are and love them. Check out one of our last videos when we were with Norm and Kim and Shane and Michelle. We were using Sena. They were using different helmets. But yeah, those things are awesome. Love them.
Yeah. Real quick, a little PSA. If you haven't already, we would love to have you all join our community. Yeah. If you would subscribe to us and hit that notification bell, you'll know every time we release a video, and we plan to do more of these live streams. Just getting over this hurdle, doing our first one was really nerve-wracking, and my fear, my anxiety was that our technology was going to give us a problem. So I'm happy to hear that it wasn't that much of a problem today. Woo!
Yeah, there's certain things we can't control, and that's the data in and out, uploads and downloads. You know, our system says we're doing really good. We got super high upload download. We don't know what that's doing, downstream from us, but yeah. And this new Ecamm Live that we're using is pretty awesome. So
it's working out well. Yeah. Let's see. Scott Wilson asked, "Have you guys Wally docked?"
Wally Dock, we have. So, there's some more stories for you.
Oh, yeah. Just don't Wally Dock in Tallahassee, Florida. That was not a good experience.
Not recommended.
No, we had the police in and out of the parking lot all night. So, yes.
That was a bit sketchy.
Yeah. But yes, we have.
And large. Thank you, Ann. We appreciate
your
$4.99 super sticker.
There goes Ricky.
She says, character lifting some weights, saying keep it up. Okay. Thank you, Ann.
I love
Appreciate that.
Thank
you. Hey,
you.
Raymond Lisha. Hope I'm pronouncing that right, Ramon. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Ramon. You comment on almost every one of our videos. We really do appreciate that. I'm going to pull you over there, Ramon.
Thank you. Absolutely. Those comments really do help, and they really mean a lot to us. Thank you. And Brian goes through and answers most of the comments. I handle Facebook and Instagram, but he does all the comments on our videos for the most part. Yeah.
For sure.
All right, we have one question left. We're almost at the top of the hour here. Thank you, Ramon, so much. Let's see, Mr. Roboto got the Senna helmets. Jesse said, "Great live stream. Thank you for doing it." Let's see. I'm looking for a question. Thank you all. I see a lot of nice jobs. Thank you, Moscow Mules. Woo!
Yes.
All right. Doug D says, "You're doing great." Rosie said, "It's good to see you both. Hope to meet up on the road." Thanks for sharing, Joan. And
Sure.
Justin, or Just Stumble Upon RV Adventure, said, "Do you know which Walmart?" All of the Walmarts, the only one we wouldn't recommend would be Tallahassee. That was a little sketchy.
Yes, you know, and those of you who are full timers, even part timers, or weekend warriors that stay at Walmart, you know, those are kind of going away slowly but surely.
Yes, they are. That's true. That's
Scott,
true.
Scott says we're scared. Why are
Don't
you
be scared.
Scott? Don't be scared.
Oh,
Okay.
look what Clank.
Fear is
64
an
said.
enigma.
She said that Brian is sexy. I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
Who
Yes,
says
thank
this?
you. This is Clanko 64.
Oh, okay. Well,
Anne said, "If you buy a bottle of booze from Mexico, have a drink on me."
yes.
Guaranteed.
Will do,
Right. Yes.
and thank you.
Yes.
In fact, and if you have never tried, I'll try to spit it out a little more concisely here. If you have never tried a Vampiro or a cocktail
I forgot
Vampiro,
to talk about that.
try the cocktail Vampiro.
Yes.
Awesome, very good. So,
Real quick, what's in it? Tequila.
Tequila.
Silver
tequila,
cocktail Vampiro mix.
a sangrita mix,
Sangrita,
and a little bit of lime. So
limon, and a little bit of Tabasco.
Little
And there's
Tabasco.
something else we're missing. Oh, and Fresca.
Fresca,
And ice.
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
give it a try. It's really good.
very good.
If you need the recipe, let us know.
Our Mountain Beaches says RV, RV, RV. So that's 3
Ooh,
drinks right
here
there.
we go. All right.
All right. So I think I'm going to go a little bit over here, a couple of minutes, because it looks like people are having fun. I know we are having fun. So Scott and Debbie are our buddies from South Padre. So Scott says we are scared. Let's elaborate on that, Scott. Do share, please.
What are you scared of, Scott? What would you do if you weren't afraid, Scott? I'm just teasing. Someone said, ooh, Titusville. We've been to Titusville. It was Manatee Hammock Park. That was awesome.
Sherry Weber. Hi,
Hey.
Sherry. You comment on every
Thank
single
you, Sherry.
video.
Thank you.
You are
appreciate
awesome,
that.
and we appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.
Thomas, I gotta bring up Thomas. There's Thomas.
Hi, Thomas.
Comments on every single video. Hi, Thomas from the West Coast.
Thomas,
Thank you.
That's awesome.
If I'm not mistaken, Thomas, you just got your electric XP, if I'm not wrong. So.
Oh, if you guys are thinking about an e-bike, the electric XP is awesome. And, you know, we haven't tried any other e-bike, but we don't need to because we love everything about the electric XP. And if you don't know already, we bought our first two. Those we purchased out. We had no affiliation with electric XP, and we would recommend them over and over again. So.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask why we do so many. Chesapeake, Virginia. Hi, William Sneed. We love Chesapeake, Virginia. In fact, we're going to be coming through that way, probably staying in the Quinby area.
Yes.
So a lot of people ask about our electric XPs, and they just assume that we get those for free. Some YouTubers do. We bought ours, our first two. We liked them so much that we really did a lot of work to promote them. We didn't get a single penny for promoting them on our YouTube videos, but they are a small company in Chandler, Arizona, and we just wanted to help them out. So they have really, I guess, gone like gangbusters with the sale of the electric XPs. So, and for that, they did send us for free the third one, I guess, the step through
to try
to try and test
and
that
we really
out.
like that as well. Yes, but they're great bikes. Love them. All right. Let's see. Are we missing
Scott
anything?
Wilson says it was a joke.
Oh.
Thanks, Scott.
Oh, shoot. Bob Wheeler. He's missed a lot of this, but we love you guys. We are from near Calgary in Canada. Eventually, we'll make it to Canada.
Yes.
Just got to open up those borders. Yes.
And I know we were going to keep this at an hour, but
yes, we're there.
We're having a lot of fun here.
And we are not sponsored by them. They just sent us, and I think we're talking about Electric XP.
Yeah.
They just sent us the step through to try. So we're not necessarily sponsored by them.
So you can say they gave us a bike which is
Mhm.
valued at around $900 to try out. We
Yeah.
shot a couple of videos with them and
Mhm.
enjoy them. So,
Mhm. But
but
we wholeheartedly love
yeah,
the bikes. Mhm. Roy bought one. I bought one of the first batch from Electric. Yeah, I think
nice.
we
We
were
did
probably
yeah.
yeah. I
How
think
long
we were,
did you wait, Ray? We waited I think 2 or 3 months to get ours.
yeah.
Love to drop says most embarrassing RV moment. Those
Hmm.
are too numerous to mention.
I think one of them probably was pulled over on the side of the highway in South Dakota when our awning started to go out. And just the mere, we were so new at this
Yeah.
and trying to figure out what the hell we were going to do to get this awning strapped back up against the motorhome, and all this traffic is whizzing by. I don't know. That was,
Yeah,
I wasn't
and our
embarrassed, but
particular
you might
awning,
have been.
I could not wrap anything around, so I had to duct tape the heck out of everything because I couldn't get anything around it to hold it in. So
Right.
just by the design of our particular awning. So
Right. Yes.
Mr. Robotus is still towing your puppies behind the e-bike. That is an absolute no. They did not
Mm-mm.
appreciate that whatsoever.
Ricky broke my heart. I so wanted to be able to take them places. And Ricky is a little hyperactive. She was good in South Padre, but when we got to Arizona, for whatever reason, she wasn't having anything to do with it. She'd jump up and down like a jumping bean in it and squeal. I don't know if you've heard Ricky, but she squeals. Um,
They call them lucky Frenchies.
really
Lucky
loud.
for somebody else, not
Yeah,
us.
and she did that, and we were going down the road, and we said, nope, forget it. We turned around, went back, and sold it. So, darn it. I'm kind of bummed by that. Yeah. Oh, well.
All right.
We said
Scott
RV.
Wilson. We said RV.
Okay.
We're yeah.
All righty. There we go.
There, that's for you, Scott.
There we go. Yes. All right.
Okay.
Any other questions? Anything else that we missed? I'm looking here.
Did we want to dig into our goodie bag real quick? Because we get, so we put this
I think we answered everything.
together because we get a ton of questions and comments and on our
Yes,
Facebook,
let's
Instagram.
just do two. Let's just do two. 'Cause I don't want to keep our moderators
Yes.
any longer than we had promised.
Thank
here.
you guys.
So,
We appreciate
okay,
it. We're going to
here's
go a couple more minutes.
two questions. We were asked to do the 40 question challenge, and because we didn't want to take up the entire time with all 40, we put them in a little baggie, and we're going to draw a question. Okay.
Real quick, Ray.
Nope.
Thank you, Ray, for the super sticker, $4.99. Appreciate
Oh, Ray, thank
it.
you.
Going to the French Bulldog Healthcare Fund.
Oh, I like that character cheerfully blowing a party horn.
Here we
Love
go.
it.
Well, let me do that for you. There you go.
Oh, look at you.
Woo-hoo.
Look at you.
There you go. What do you think about that? Is that cool or what?
All right. Brian, what is your least favorite job in or around the RV?
Oh, wow. Least favorite?
Mm-hmm. Least favorite job.
Wow.
Is it what you did today?
That's a tough one. Well, it's just one of those necessary evils, and that is, those of you who know, we have a composting toilet on board because we do like to boondock. We can go out for extended periods of time. So cleaning that is not so fun.
It's not terrible.
Sometimes are worse than others. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
Norm and Kim, you guys know.
And Large says enjoying the poop tank. Well, Ann, I think I just answered your question.
Right. Seeing the poop tank.
But yeah,
it's actually a poop bucket.
It's a small price to pay for the amount of water we save when we go out.
Absolutely.
And boondock, and just a whole lot of different, a whole lot of stress off of our backs when we go boondock. So
yeah, and I say that and shake my head, but I don't have to clean it. So
yes, I have yet to insist that Shauna cleans it.
Right.
Yeah, I just. Our son Eric says pew. Yeah, it doesn't smell.
Eric says I'm leaving. TMI, Mom and Dad. TMI. All right.
One more question.
Yeah. Okay. One more question. Here we go. Oh, was there another question up here? No. Okay. Do you have a nickname?
Well, I'm BJ.
You are BJ.
Yeah, and she's Leapy. So.
Leapy, yes, and I call him BJ, Bear, and some other things that we won't talk about.
We're not going to go down that route of embarrassing Brian with all the pet names.
Growing up, I used to be called Olive Oil. Now, why would you say that? Because I was really tall and skinny. So my mom and dad used to call me Olive, but no one calls me that. So please don't start it. Anyhow. But that, yeah, Leapy and Sweetie, that's probably my nicknames. That's it.
For sure.
That's it. Yeah. All right. Now you have to share. Yes, I know. Don't repeat it.
All right. So we are at 1 hour, 10 minutes. We did want to extend this a little bit because it is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for us.
It is a lot of fun. Yes.
And we certainly hope you had a lot of fun.
I think we'll do this again when we hit our 2-year anniversary.
Yeah, for sure.
That will be May. Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining. To all of you who did the super chat and super stickers, we certainly appreciate that. Even if you didn't, we appreciate that just as much for
joining
you,
us.
you
We
being
appreciate,
here. So,
yes,
absolutely.
and sticking with us. Thank you so much, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to get to know you a little better and have this kind of a chat.
For sure.
Yeah.
We'll do it again soon.
We will.
Until then.
See ya.
See ya.